What do you think may be the similarities between an actor, a billionaire, and a politician? Well, this is a question we're going to try to answer in today's show. Of course, before we start, consider giving me a like. If you haven't done so, subscribe. And if you wanted to do more, you have options in the description below. Pick the one that fits you best. I will always suggest a membership program because it is the most affordable way to support the channel. With that being said, if you are new here, I am Alistair Nzekio, and this is just my point of view. Let's get started. First person of interest is going to be the actor. His name is Jussie Smollett. I'm sure you know who he is, but if you don't, he was a key player in a very popular show, a very popular series called Empire. Long story short, he claimed that he was attacked, and the attack was not only racially charged, but also homophobic charge. That doesn't make sense, but you understand what I'm trying to say. I'm going to fast forward this story very quickly. He was found guilty of making that attack up. He was sentenced to 150 days in jail and ordered to pay a fine of $145,000. Now, let's first watch what he said when he was found guilty.
Do you have any questions?
No, I would just like to say to Your Honor that I am not so. That's what I would like to say.
Okay.
I am not so.
Okay.
I am not so. I am innocent, and I am not so. If I did this, then it means that I stuck my fist in the fears of Black Americans in this country for over 400 years and the fears of the LGBTQ community. Your Honor, I respect you and I respect the jury, but I did not do this. And I am not so. And if anything happens to me when I go in there, I did not do it to myself. And you must all know that. I respect you, Your Honor. I respect your decision. Jail time. I am not so.
Bye-bye. Okay, so no, I play that because to me, in my head, this is a common denominator with every time when someone who's a crook always gets found guilty. It's like, oh, I don't want to go to jail. Please don't hurt me. No, he said that because he was afraid that he was going to be assaulted in jail. You know, to be very quite honest, I think it's a very valid fear. Kids, be afraid of the law. So, of course, he appealed. His appeal was denied. So take a look at this.
This is one of those cases where people have been watching it. It was a pretty big deal that he was released pending his appeal. What do you think happens now where he is out and his team is looking for the Supreme Court to potentially look at this case?
What?
Well, it's always hard to get the Supreme Court of any state or the United States to join up on a case. It's always a very long shot. But this presents a pretty good argument. I like the double jeopardy argument the best, where this decision, which was a divided decision, and it's not a resounding decision like the special prosecutor claimed it was, but the argument was that there was no contract, there was no deal in place such that Mr. Smollett performed and therefore now has jeopardy attached to his case. That's the best bet he's got. If that loses, then he goes back to jail.
And no, it's discretionary, so the Supreme Court doesn't have to take this case. But what do you think will happen in terms of should he go back to jail now? The appellate court said, we don't want to put you in there while we're deliberating this because it could be more than 150 days, which they were right. So do you think the same thing is going to apply, or now that it's just discretionary on whether or not they're going to even review it, should he go back to jail?
Well, a lot of times you'll wait till the appeal is over. So in Georgia, once a case is on appeal, like the trial court has no more jurisdiction if you're granted an appellate bond. So the case kind of travels through the appellate jurisdiction until it gets sent back to the trial court. You don't serve your sentence. In a case like this, I would expect that they would let the appeal process go through one way or the other and then send it back to the trial court to determine when he should go into custody.
So still might have some time, and everyone will be standing by to see what the Supreme Court does, if they take it or not. Tom Rawlings, this was one of those cases that just seemed to frustrate the public. And you see he is still declaring his innocence, but what are your thoughts on the impact of this hoax on just reporting and how people feel about those who report?
So I agree with this lady. By the way, I love her hair. Look at that hair. Yes, girl. Listen to me very closely. I remember exactly where I was when I heard about Jussie Smollett's situation. It was absolutely shocking. It was shocking when he came out with those allegations. He got massive amount of support. But Do you remember when they did the investigations and they revealed who were the person of interest, the two Nigerian brothers? Let me get their names out. Hold on one second. Obabinjo and Abimbola. Don't laugh at me. I'm African. I can say what I want. But anyway, listen. So you know when they came out and said the Nigerian brothers are the ones who assaulted him at 2 a.m. allegedly in the middle of a blizzard? I said, no, that's a lie. I'm African and we don't do blizzards. It's like, no. No, we don't do 2 a.m., we don't do winters, and we don't do blizzards. I remember I was like, oh no, this is fishy. This is fishy. The only way an African person would do that, allegedly. Look, it's my point of view. Please get out of here. Unless you pay me a lot of money. I'm not getting up at 2 a.m. in the middle of a blizzard, fighting the wind and the icicles and the frostbite just to see you, darling. I don't even do that during the fog. The moment I came out and I was laughing, I said, oh my God, he's lying. He's lying. Okay, so there's one more thing. Those two brothers, honey, they got something to say. Let's watch this, and then I'll tell you more. What a mess.
They took our beautiful bench. This is where we waited for Jussie to come before we attacked them. So we got here with 10 minutes to spare, and we had to plan our escape route to survey the land. His building is actually right here, right above the stairs that we're going to attack him at. We made sure we got there at 2 a.m. sharp.
On the dot.
On the dot. We had no phones because he did not want us to bring any phones. He said, so we don't lose them. I don't know if that's really the reason, but you can deduce your own reason. So 2 a.m., he was nowhere to be found. He was not there. So we were like, damn, what do? We didn't have no way of contacting him. He had no way of contacting us. So we waited here for about, what? 4 minutes?
It was about 4
Roughly
minutes,
4 minutes.
but it felt like forever.
Because it was cold as balls.
Okay.
So I saw him out the corner of my eye, and I was like, okay, that's him. Let's go. We gotta go get this Empire fat. Yeah, that's him. That's him. Is that him?
That's that neck.
It's that neck.
Get that neck.
Oh, he's moving fast. Come on, let's get him.
Get that neck.
Let's get him. As we crossed the street, we said hey to get his attention.
Hey, Nick.
Hey! He turned around, looked at us, and that's when we started yelling the famous slurs he wanted us to yell. Hey!
Aren't you that Empire?
Hey, Empire fat Nick! It's MAGA country.
Yeah.
And then he said, what did you say to me? And then that's when I threw the first punch at him. I held the blow because I didn't want to hurt him, of course. So I made it look real, but I held it. Then we started tussling, moving around, and then I threw him to the ground. He wanted it to look like he fought back. That was very important for him because he said, hey, don't just beat my ass, make it look like I'm fighting back and whatnot. So we did that, and then I threw him to the ground. And after I threw him to the ground, he had no bruise. I wanted it to look more real.
Okay.
So then I threw him to the ground. After I threw him to the ground, I used my knuckle and gave him a noogie. So I went like this.
Boy.
Why did I do that?
sucks.
To give him a scar, to give him a mark, to make it look real, like he really did get his ass beat. After I did that, I fake kicked him. I don't know what he was doing. I wasn't paying attention.
That's where I came around with the bleach, the infamous bleach in the hot sauce bottle, poured it on his shirt. Then I finally put the rope around his face. I did not put it around his neck. I just placed it on his face, and that's when we took off.
So ridiculous. So ridiculous. Look, let me give you a PSA, criminals. Do not have an African immigrant as an accomplice. We don't fall on the sword for nobody, okay? These two brothers were like, wait a minute. We're going to jail? Yeah. Oh, hell no. No, I'm singing like a canary. Look, where's my plea deal? What? Never mind. I'm not going to jail for no one. Listen, I'm laughing because as an African immigrant myself, like, this is our culture. We do not take a bullet for nobody. So the moment they realized it was suspect number one, They were like that. Anybody want to talk to me? Jussie, you're an idiot. But anyway, that's it for this. Oh my Lord. If you've been living under a rock, it's okay. I don't blame you because the world is a complete mess. So I don't blame you for wanting to live under a rock. But come on, get out your rock. Get over here. Let me tell you about this other idiot. His name is George Santos, and let me tell you something, he's going to go to jail. Now, look, he's a congressman, Republican from New York, and he's known for lying out of his teeth. He lied about his parents dying in the Holocaust. He lied about his education. He lied about, the food he ate yesterday. He lied about, his sexuality at some point. I'm like, really? Like, at least not that. Yeah, he lied about that. He lied about his religion. Oh my God, I can go on and on and on. You can Google it and figure out what he lied about. But listen, this is where the stupidity comes in. So first, I apologize if the dog's barking. So first, let's go over what he's charged with. So he's charged with conspiracy, wire fraud. Wire fraud? What? False statements? Okay, we can all do that. But wire fraud? Anyway, falsification of records. Now, of course, we all do that a little bit also. Aggravated identity theft. Now, I don't know who you are. I don't do that. And credit card fraud. He is so going to go to jail. So going to go to jail. All right. So, let's watch this video. Yeah.
It's no secret in this body that obviously I have an ongoing process with the DOJ. I was given a deadline, an unrealistic deadline, to testify before the committee the same day that I had to go to court. And they gave us a hardliner yes or no answer. They wouldn't settle for anything else. That was the deadline. I could not surpass that date.
So?
Which means it was either I go to New York City to adhere to my DOJ case, or I go to the ethics committee. No disrespect to the committee. I've incurred over $200,000 of legal fees that have been predominantly paid for.
Okay.
So to suggest that I have not complied with them is yet another lie. They have received every document they've asked, and documents we did not have, we have told them we don't have them.
So here is the buffoonery that you're witnessing. He's complaining that the DOJ is giving him a date that he, I'm too busy. I can't go to court on that day. As if, who gives a crap? You don't want to deal with the authorities, then you don't do the crime. Another idiot. But wait. I don't know if you read the report of how he spent his money on, because this was the speech when he was being expelled from Congress. Only 4 people in history, not 5, in the history of the United States got expelled from Congress. So not only is he a compulsive liar, but the stain of history, he will forever be George Santos, the straight man, allegedly, expelled from Congress. Welcome to the new America. Anyway, so now look, let's look at what he spent the money on. This is someone you guys voted for, New York. Okay, this is someone you guys voted for. Let's go. Honeymoon in Vegas. This is with campaign money. This is with your tax dollars. This is tax dollars funds. All right, honeymoon in Vegas. Taxi, hotel. Can't pay credit card. Yeah. You don't think he went to a 1-star motel? No, honey. He probably did the 5-star. But listen, Hamptons Holiday. That's for the weekend. Oh my God. And then, wait, that's not finished. He went to Atlantic City. Now, the key point between the Hampton Holiday and the Atlantic City is that he went to the Hamptons on July 7th and a weekend getaway, and then he went to Atlantic City on July 23rd. So literally he came back from vacation and went back again on vacation to gamble? I can't. I can't, bitch. I can't. And then look, after, he goes on a spa day. Okay? The spa day for cosmetic procedures. You know what? I just started laughing because I was saying to myself, he must have just, you know, when he got like, you won, he must have said to himself, suckers. Idiots. Look at that. It was that easy. He must have said, like, he must have been like, wow, look at all this money. I'm rich. Wow. Wow. He transferred $200,000 from the campaign money to his personal bank account. And then, look, I'm going to go even more disrespectful. Look, this is someone you guys voted for in New York, all right? Hermes, Sephora, and OnlyFans. He purchased porn. Can I say that on YouTube? Whatever. He purchased adult fun content on your tax dollars. This is a representative, right? I mean, I could go on and on and on and on and on, right? But look. The best part is that he paid his rent. He had a $20,000 outstanding rent bill, and he paid that off with your tax dollars. Let's watch this video.
Santos. Guys, Santos. Tell Santos.
Run!
Santos.
Run!
Santos. Don't block the way. Keep walking. Make way. Mr. Santos. Mr. Santos, you'll react. You'll react.
Don't touch me.
Mr. Santos. Mr. Santos.
Oh my God. Run! Look at that. He loves the crowd, bitch. He loves it. Yeah, I'm famous. I'm walking down Congress for the last time. Yes, he's strutting his thing. Yeah.
Mr. Santos, any comment? Mr. Santos, any comment?
I just love the way he just ran out of there. Yeah. Listen, I don't know what's going on to this planet. I don't know what's happening to this country, but it is happening. Yeah. Oh, Olympia. It's okay. Papa will protect you. The next culprit now is the billionaire, Elon Musk. Now, look, if you don't know, he is being accused of being anti-Semitic because he is propagating the idea of replacement theory. Replacement theory is pretty much, it's something that is pushed by the far right, and it's in relation to immigrants and Jews are coming to replace white people. And quite frankly, I'm like, wait a minute. Immigrants? All right, but Jews and what? Look, it's confusing. If you're confused, don't think too hard. It's the far right. Just take it, darling, and dodge what you can. Don't put too many brain cells because you'll get lost. So my whole thing is now he's getting a lot of backlash. He's gotten a huge amount of backlash for it, and advertisers have left the platform. I get on the advertisers a little bit later on, because anyway. So this is Elon Musk saying, "I'm sorry. That's not really what I meant. I mean, you know, I'm not anti-Semitic, not at all." Anyway, let's go.
Take us through everything that happened, if you could.
Everything?
No, over the past week and a half.
How long have you got?
We've got the time.
Okay.
You send out a post or an X or a tweet.
Yeah,
I don't know
post,
what you want to
whatever.
describe it as.
I'm trying to change. Like when things were just 140 characters, it made sense to call them a tweet because like a bunch of little birds chirping. But
I'm sorry, I don't mean to laugh. The reason why I'm laughing at, like, Elon Musk said, yeah, or X, whatever. Look, this is someone who bought Twitter, and he decided to change the Twitter branding against everybody's better judgment. So he's like, no, it's no longer a Bluebirds X, and then it's no longer going to be called tweets. They're going to be called X something. So, but look. This is the owner of the company who doesn't even refer, or demands that the interviewer refers to the correct terms or correct terminology words for his own company. He doesn't even believe his own branding. I'm just saying, you guys call him smart and revolutionary. Listen. Oh, by the way, yeah, I'm trying to control myself. If you just got here, if you watched to this point, thank you so much, all right? So press like, subscribe if you haven't done so, and I hope you enjoy all my old content and new content I'm going to make. Yeah.
Birds chirping, but when, the point at which you can put like 3-hour videos on, it's like, it's a very long tweet.
So here we are.
Post is more descriptive, I think.
And at some point, I don't know where you were, but you write in responding to another tweet.
Yes.
This is the actual truth. And it set off a firestorm of criticism all the way to the White House.
Right.
And then you make this trip to Israel. You have advertisers who've left the platform. People calling.
Well, the trip to Israel is independent of it wasn't some like apology tour. I want to be clear. That was.
Okay, well, let's talk about that. So just take us back to the moment at which you write that.
Trip to Israel is independent of. It wasn't like in response to that at all.
Well, we'll do Israel in just a moment.
And I have no problem being hated, by the way.
I hear you.
Hate away.
Well, but you know what? Let's go straight to that then for a second.
Sure.
Because there is an idea, and you could say that
I think it's a real weakness to want to be liked. A real weakness. And I do not have that.
Well, let me ask you this then.
There's two important things here that he said that if you read between the lines is quite significant. The first one is that he's telling the viewer or anybody who may have been offended by what he had done or what he said, that he doesn't care what the offense made you feel. I don't care what you think about me, and I don't care if you hate me. In of itself, it's fine. But if the purpose here is to showcase a modicum of an apology, that's the wrong thing to do. Forget the wrong thing. That's the inappropriate thing to do. It doesn't achieve the goal at all. So right off the bat, he's not interested in making an apology. He got there in front of the cameras not to make an apology. He got there in front of the cameras because he wants to reiterate that my name is Elon Musk. I don't need you. I don't need your money. Do you know who I is? I am X. I am smart. I am this. I am that. It's a boasting thing, right? It's an ego booster for him. And why is it an ego booster for him? The thing that confirms that the most to me, as I read between the lines, is that he intentionally says, right after he says, I don't care if you hate me, is that he continually says, there's a negative connotation if you try to please everybody or if you try to be liked, which is true. But that doesn't cross someone's mind unless there's a purpose to it. It's such a random thing in this particular setting that for it to come out and say it, that means he must feel very insecure about that. It means one of his insecurity is that he wants to be liked. He wants to please. Yeah. So to him, he cares. He cares if you hate him. Yeah, he cares if you hate him. He's pretending like he doesn't care. He's trying to tell you he doesn't care, but no, he cares. He cares quite a bit. Quite a bit. But let's listen to this.
What was that trip like? And obviously, you know that there's a public perception that, and you're clarifying this now, but there's a public perception that that was part of a apology tour, if you will. That this had been said online. There was all of the criticism. There was advertisers leaving. We talked to Bob Iger today.
I hope they stop.
You hope?
Don't advertise.
You don't want them to advertise?
No.
What do you mean?
If somebody's going to try to blackmail me with advertising, blackmail me with money, go fuck yourself.
But
go fuck yourself. Is that clear? I hope it is. Hey, Bob, if you're in the audience.
Well, let me ask you then.
So what you may have missed is that he's nervous. He is absolutely nervous by him saying that. His mouth is dry. He's having a cortisol response. He's going to go for a glass of water and quench his throat because it's dry. Listen, And Elon Musk is smart enough to understand one thing. This particular comment is probably going to bankrupt Twitter all the way down to the ground. Twitter, oh, look at that. Good job, branding. Good job on the branding. It's going to bankrupt X all the way down to the ground. And he knows it. He knows it. Go F yourself. What an idiot. What an idiot. This really goes to show you that he doesn't care about anything else but himself. Wink, 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 right? Because there are people who rely on this job to feed their families. There are people who, I say that to you all the time. People rely on me. If I go down, there's a lot of people behind me who also go down. So I always watch what I say, and I defend what's mine vehemently. But, in a work setting, you don't speak like that. You can be shady in a different way, but you don't speak like that. But you know what? It's Elon Musk. He's the smartest man ever. He can do whatever he wants. We're going to go to Mars. Have you seen X? Listen to me about X. It's not him. Oh, God, yes, it is. No, he may have the idea, but he hired the right team. Matter of fact, let me tell you the reason why I think he's not even that smart enough to acquire a good team. Because Twitter is going bankrupt. So clearly, his ability to acquire a good team is not as great as we all thought. So it puts in question everything else, darling. So no, yes, he's the face of X. No, he's just good at hiring people at the particular time. Oh, people are so offended. All right, no, okay. So, let's watch him drink his drink. All right, let's go.
That's how I feel. Don't advertise.
How do you think then about the economics of X? If part of the underlying model, at least today, and maybe it needs to shift, maybe the answer is it needs to shift away from advertising. If you believe that this is the one part of your business where you will be beholden to those who have this view, what do you do?
Why?
I understand that, but there's a reality too, right?
He is so hurt. He is so hurt he can't let go of that. He can't move on from that. He is so hurt. He's like, go F yourself, like a little child. Like a little child. Like a spoiled brat. Like a little child.
Yes. No.
Linda Yaccarino's right here, and she's got to sell advertising.
Absolutely. So,
exactly.
Totally. Actually, what this advertising boycott is going to do, it's going to kill the company.
Yes. At that moment, then he realizes, oh my God, oh, wait a minute. Oh, wait a minute. What was I thinking? Yeah, his brain's thinking 1,000 miles. And yeah, without advertisers, your company is going to die. Now, let me tell you one thing. People who have the money to advertise. By the way, nobody's on Twitter like that. Really? Are you on Twitter like that? Nobody's on Twitter like that. That's like the old school people. The new generation, the people who you want to buy stuff, they're not on Twitter. They're most likely on YouTube, my dears. So Twitter. All right. Well, you know what I mean. The CEO is probably there like, oh my God. How am I going to sell stuff? Yeah.
And do you think that
and the whole world will know that those advertisers killed the company, and we will document it in great detail.
But those advertisers, I imagine, are going to say we didn't kill the company.
Oh yeah.
They're going to say
tell it to Earth.
But they're going to say Elon, that you killed the company because you said these things, and that they were inappropriate things, and that they didn't feel comfortable on the platform. Right? That's what they're going to say.
And let's see how Earth responds to that.
Okay.
What the hell does that even mean? Let's see how Earth responds to that. Now look. There is something here that a lot of people have missed. Unless you're very nosy like I am. Check this out. He is uncontrollably shaking. Now, I'm going to tell you exactly what's going on here. And we all have experienced a situation. Let's say if you're very nervous, if you go public speaking, you might like shake and whatnot. what you're witnessing is a cortisol response, a stress response. There is a huge level of cortisol in his bloodstream, and his body wants to get rid of it. It happens to you when you're crying. It happens to you when you're very emotional. It depends also on the individual's ability to handle high level of stress hormones. But let's not forget, this interview has been taking place for roughly about 30 minutes by that point, or maybe 10, even if it's 8 minutes. The difference here is that it's targeting a topic that he finds very close to his heart. Even though he has yet to apologize, yet to acknowledge anything, he pretty much spent the last 8-10 minutes telling you how great he is and how much he doesn't care about you and how I don't need you. All I need is, look, I'm X and I'm smart. He's saying stuff that he's trying to convince you to believe. It's almost like he doesn't believe himself what he's saying. His body is not lying. He might be telling you one thing, but his brain and body language are telling us another thing. He is shaking in his boots. He is either uncomfortable, he either does not believe what he's saying, he is insecure. There's something there that does not compute or connect to the truth. Listen, what do all these three lunatics have in common? Yeah, let's go to my final thought. I'll tell you about it. Common denominator number one, no accountability. None of them have even said, oh yeah, you know what, I did this wrong, There was no accountability. There was no vulnerability. If anything, they were like pushing their rhetoric even more. Santos, I didn't do it, but you did it. So if you did it, why is it me? Jussie Smollett, I'm not suicidal. I didn't do it. Even after the appeal, I didn't do it. And you have this lunatic over here being like, I don't care if you hate me. And besides, if you don't advertise on my Twitter, the whole planet is going to kaboops. What's going on? Oh, the whole planet is going to kaboots, right? So they all deflect and automatically become a victim. Common denominator number two. They all are suddenly victims. Now it's your fault. It's everybody else's fault. It's everybody else's reason why they are suffering. Now they're suffering. Haven't we seen that before? Yeah. And the third common denominator. They haven't apologized. They have yet to say sorry, acknowledge, and apologize. They are walking, talking victimhoods. Who does that remind you of? Well, I'm going to say alleged because one of them is very suit trigger, and I have a family to feed. I don't need to be sued. I just gulped. Look at me being nervous. I'm not nervous, please. I'm not nervous. But no, narcissist. Complete narcissist. These three idiots are narcissists, and there's plenty more, by the way. But I'm just saying that's a very common denominator for billionaires, politicians, and actors. Yeah. They have a very narcissistic way about them, except these three happen to be a little bit more than the average person. Yeah. This was fun. I had a good time laughing and all. So, look, let's go to my Let's Talk. Welcome to my Let's Talk. This is where I take off my jacket, make myself more comfortable, and I share more information. I talk to you a little bit more. If you got to this point, then great. Press like, subscribe, and enjoy. Just sit back, relax, and drink some coffee or water and tea or whatnot, and have a good laugh. Anyway, so hi. I hope you've been okay. I hope Thanksgiving was good for you. So today is December 5. Yeah, December 5 I'm recording this. So hopefully this will be out by December 6, aka tomorrow on Wednesday. Let me tell you what's been going on with me. The last time I spoke with you was Thanksgiving. Oh, is that sweat? Oh, yeah. Ooh. Yeah, armpit sweat. It smells good. Yeah. Speaking of smells, I don't... You know, some people have very strong body odor. I don't have a strong BO. And anyway... What was I talking about? Oh yeah, if you're new here, this is where I really do let loose. So I let my condition take over, and I go to wherever my brain takes me. I forgot what we were talking about before I got distracted by my armpits. Oh right, Thanksgiving. So how was your Thanksgiving? No, look. Because I know it's been a while I've seen you, but a lot has happened. A lot has happened. Please have a seat. Let me tell you what happened. In Thanksgiving, so we go to my in-laws, and so we had lasagna, we had rollatini, we had everything but a turkey. A lot of bread and cheese, and you know how we eat cheese. French people, we eat cheese like a block. We Americans eat cheese like that, like a slice, a slice. Like Americans, they eat cheese like this. They cut a slice of cheese like this thin. Here, no. Do you know how we eat cheese over there? Where I come from, like a dot. Like you, here's a block. Here's a block. Here's your bread. Eat your cheese. A slice. So funny. When I came to the US, I was like, a slice. The hell is that? No, you gotta get the flavor and the salt. You gotta eat the block. Anyway, but it's not as expensive over there as it is here. Cheese here can be really quite expensive. Matter of fact, it's one of the things Christopher, my spouse, says to me. He's like, "Oh my God, Alistair, you're so I'm a cheap date, but I'm expensive to feed because of our eating habit. You know, cheese is expensive here, and especially the cheese that I like. But I eat it as a block. So you buy cheese, it might last you a week. It lasts me a meal. Anyway." Oh my God, the stories. Okay, I'll tell you a first story. So, you know, it's full of Italians. I'm the only one who's of this color and who happens to be French, but we all somewhat European-ish, right? And they're like, Italian. Hey, no, Italians, like, you know, Italians. It was such a good time. But, you know, my mother-in-law, my husband, brought the kid, and the cousins were there, and there's kids. Oh my God, there's like a million kids. And all the kids are grown now. Oh my God. And I think about it, they're all like teenagers and stuff like that. 2 teenagers. But the rest are grown and doing cartwheels. What's going on up there? Anyway, I'm going to fast forward to you. First of all, we're drinking. We're drinking the wine. And Christopher's cousin, who's the same age as Christopher, you know, he has 2 kids, by the way. Yeah, 2 kids. Anyway, so he broke up with his girl. And honey, the way they broke, this is where you gotta get a prenup. This is where you gotta get a prenup. And like, he makes a lot of money. He makes a lot of money. He has his own business, has his own store in New York. He makes a lot of money. And you know, 50%, darling. That's where you gotta get a prenup. And we were just talking about how he's just so mad about it. And I'm like, you know what? You know, it's the mother of your kids. You know what I mean? Like, just talk it out. Write a check, get to an agreement, but no, she really wants it, all of it. And I was like, well, that's what you get. Get a prenup, kids. But I'm trying not to divulge too much. Yeah, because a lot happened. They got into a fight. Of course, they always get into a fight. Shouting match, argument, verbal fight. Did it almost get into a fist fight? No, but sometimes it does. I remember during Olympia's baptism, not baptism, whatever. I had to kick someone out. I had to kick Christopher's uncle out because a fight was about to break out. I said, not in my house, not in front of my, you gotta be mine, get out of here. I had to kick someone out. I kicked the uncle. I get the hell out. Yeah, you know. But it's nice to observe from the side, and the kids are all laughing, they're all giggling and chatty, and they're just being Italian men, screaming, shouting, yelling, drinking, hugging, kissing, in a hetero way. Loving. Yeah, it's just so high in emotions. I always come back home so happy though. Despite all the dysfunction, I come back home like, wow, your family is so awesome. Yeah. Because there's something cool about seeing, you know, like the culture. And they argue while they eat the sandwich. It's not like they take a break like Americans. No, they eat. But no, I want to cry. Yeah, yo, pass me the wine. No, yeah. You want some? Like, like they don't take a break. Yeah, they argue while talking and eating. It was so amazing. Sometimes, like, that's why you're not sure. Like, are they really fighting? Chris is like, no, it's happy. Every year it's like that. I mean, when I first got into the family, I was like, is this okay? He's like, yeah, it's fine. But yeah, it's culturally cool. Anyway, I can't tell you too many stories. No, because it's family. It's personal. It's family. Even the one I told you about my cousin-in-law. I don't even know if I should have said that. Am I going to edit that out? I don't know. No, I won't edit that out. Just everybody, kids don't watch me. But if you are not married and you're thinking about getting married, get a prenup. That's it. but what else happened? Oh, right. So we come back home. And, Christopher said to me, he's like, Alistair, I miss you. And I go, what do you mean? I'm right here. Oh, Chris. He goes, no, but like, I miss you. I said, not now. No, I'm playing. No, I said, is there something going on? What's happening? Come on. What's going on? He's like, no, I miss you. And I said, okay. So Chris was like, let's go dancing. I said, absolutely. I'm all down for dancing. So this week, the weekend after Thanksgiving, we went dancing. Me and Chris, we spend quality time together. I mean, we do spend a lot of quality time together anyway as a family because that's just how we are. But so we gave the baby to my mother-in-law. I was like, okay, you watch your granddaughter, okay? And we went out dancing. Look, I'll show you the video. I tried to document as much as I could for the social media stuff, but it's very short. Check it out. Hey, hello. So we're gonna go dance. We're going to dance. So this is how I look. Wait. I don't know why. The bathroom's a mess. I think there you go. Full mirror. Do I have a full mirror in the house? I do, but I have to go downstairs. And how do I look? We were at a wedding and what was this? That was pre-baby. We're gonna go dancing. See you in the car. Chris is gonna be screaming. Alistair! Okay, I'm coming. Yeah, so as you see, at first I was like, okay, Chris, I'll document this situation, but I was having too much fun. And I was like, by the way, this is what happened when I got into the car. When we arrived at the club, I left my phone in the car because I was like, no, I'm not dancing. No, I leave my stuff in the car. I don't have any encumbersome in the pocket. And all we get, because Christopher he takes his car keys in his pocket and a credit card, of course. And that's it. I go in, we don't get ID'd, but I don't even go in with my stuff, with my ID. I leave everything in the car. And we get in, we open the tab. Ta-da! Dancing. Yeah, we dance. We just get a drink and then we close the tab, take my credit card, and we go home. Yeah. So of course I got super drunk, super smash face. I had a good old time with my man. Yeah. So that's what we did. We went dancing so we don't usually both get super smash face because we have a kid. So one of us needs to have brain cells. So because Chris was driving, he's like, it's okay, I have my brain cells. So I went all out. And when I'm in the club, I dance. I wiggle, I jiggle. I'm the fun drunk, but I'm also a sleepy drunk. So I'm in there for like maybe an hour and a half. And then I'm like, I want to go. And then I go. But we had a good time. We went to dinner first. And we went to dinner, we ate nice food. We had a few drinks, and we spent some quality time at this. Anyway, we just sat down and talked. We talked about life, talked about us. We talk. It's almost like a mini date. And then we went dancing, and we came back home. We picked up the baby, and baby went to bed, and then that's it. And then woke up the next morning. Christopher made waffles the next morning. Christopher's waffles are banging. Oh my God. They was the best waffles. I woke up to the smell of waffles and I was like, of course, screaming baby. But I woke up to the smell of waffles and screaming child, just eating waffles. And I did some yard work because I was behind on that. So I need to do yard work. And then that was it. And then worked a little bit, because it's tax season. Okay, you think, no, I do my taxes very early. I do my taxes extremely early. By the end of December, all my tax papers are put together and sent to the accountant. And I'm OCD with my tracking. And so my accountant always, he loves it. He actually gives me 20% off because I file it the way it's supposed to be. So I pretty much do my own taxes. But no, it's always good to have it double checked with a professional. And he just goes in, double checks it, makes sure it's well done. He's like, oh, thanks. He gives me 20% off. I said, no problem, because I have to document it anyway, because the IRS doesn't play. You pay your freaking taxes. And if you get caught, you're in big trouble, okay? Please pay my taxes. I got a kid to feed. I don't play with that kind of stuff. And so yeah, by the end of December, so it's tax season, and then Christmas is coming up, so we have the holiday plans that we plan, and this year I'm making very special gifts for my niece and nephews. Very special gifts. I'm not going to share that with you because it's too personal, and it's gifts that are that's going to be instrumental for their long-term lives. This is a gift that they are going to benefit from when they're 30, 40, 50, 60. Okay? Yeah. It's good to have uncles like us. Absolutely. I mean, I have my own daughter, but you know, I believe in the collective. I believe in if we all do, if you do well, I do well. I believe that you can't be great by yourself. You have to be great with others. Your group, you're only as good as the health of your group. If members of your group are weak or not that great, then you're not great. So it's important that we all do great. Yeah, I think like that, and I'm happy that I married someone who thinks like that as well. Right? So they're gonna be super excited. It's gonna be a good Christmas for them. Yeah. She's such a hugger, though. My baby. She's such a hugger. She comes to you and she hugs. Oh, she comes over. She's like run like that. She goes, oh. She's such a hugger. I love it. Oh, I'm gonna have such a good time with my girl. We're gonna have such a good time with my girl. Can't wait to talk about boys. Can't wait to talk about fun stuff and serious stuff, you know? We have such a good time. Anyway, what else happened? Oh yeah, a few friends of mine are pregnant. I'm like, congratulations. They're like, yeah, because it's a second kid. They go, yeah. And I said, this is why we don't have oopses. In my household, no, there's no oops. We're either pregnant or we're not. There's no oops, I'm pregnant. But oopses, all right, then good for you. Congratulations. You have another baby. Take care of it. Anyway, I got to go. Bye. Love you.